one of the coolest ways to hunt turkeys, and this one's actually a little bit controversial.
Yep.
It takes the right scenario, the right place, and a lot of thinking about safety, is a technique called reaping.
Yeah.
Now, this is extremely cool. It's really gained so much popularity in the last 5 to 10 years. And basically what it is you see that tom out in the field, he's strutting, by himself. He's wanting the hens to come to him, or he's henned up, and you want to go out and get to him and bring the game to him.
Yeah.
So how does this thing work?
Yeah, reaping's interesting because we've been fortunate to discuss this topic with guides and outfitters and really experts. I mean, I'll be transparent and say that I haven't done much reaping, so I don't have a lot of experience, but I am a student of the game, and we've interviewed and talked to a lot of people that love the strategy, and they always refer to reaping as the power of the fan. Okay, this fan, the way it's been described to us, like almost puts these birds in a trance in the right scenario. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
We have footage of it, things like that. So we've seen it done before. And I took this is a tom, as you guys learned in the videos here, that it's a full fan. So it's a tom, it wasn't a Jake. And I just took this is like a basic tent peg from Walmart. And it came yellow, so I just spray painted it black. So my thinking with this, and I'm excited to use this technique this year too, is when you're out there, so reaping basically, let's talk about that, positioning and what it truly consists of. So birds are out in the field. Let's say you want to make a move on them. You're not going to use a run and gun strategy. You're going to use the reaping fan strategy. So you're going to pull this fan out. Let's say you're in the woods and you're going to make a move, or you need to creep out the backside of a blind. You want to stay low profile and make sure that the turkey always sees what puts them in that trance, right?
So you're basically crawling on your hands and knees.
Yeah, and actually they make reaping pants now, believe it or not, that have built-in knee pads, because you're basically belly crawling out there.
And I suppose, it depends on what kind of fan you're using. You're using an actual wild turkey tom fan. You can tell it's a tom. It's got the full fan, and it's not that big. So you got to know how to work that fan just right. And be able to stay behind it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't give you a whole lot of area to move and work with. But there are other fans out there on the market that you can buy that are actual artificial fans.
A lot larger, gives you, more options as far as hiding. And you got to consider too, you're not just crawling out there, you're carrying a weapon.
Yeah.
So you're carrying that shotgun, and you might be doing the old army crawl or whatever. And that's why I put the tent stake on here. Because if I'm out there with a gun and I want to use both hands, I can't just set the fan down. Bird's gonna see me move, so I put the tent stake on there so I can stake this down in front of me if I need to reposition my body or grab that weapon.
Yeah. Now, in the right hands, it's amazing how you can hypnotize toms with this.
Yep.
A good friend of ours, Chad Hatfield from State Line Bone Mine, we'll show you a video with him here coming up pretty soon. He is one of the most advanced expert turkey hunters we've ever been around. We learned so much from him. He can take that fan and just hypnotize it, and if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
I was able to film and watch him do this, and he was using a regular turkey fan, not one of the big ones, and he had him and a hunter that he was guiding. He was crawling across the grass literally 6 inches high, straight towards that bird, nothing else in between them, and a little fan this big, but the way that he moved that fan had that bird believe in it. And basically what he does, if you'll notice when you're watching a bird strut, is they'll turn back and forth, then they'll lay their fan down just a little bit, bring it back up. And that movement back and forth like that is what it takes. If you were to just keep it like this and go straight at him, it may have still worked, but he actually was able to hypnotize the bird with the movement of that fan, making it look like how an actual tom
That's a
would be
great point,
strutting.
because we've talked about observation and being a student of the game. So like when you're in that blind and you're out there watching birds and you're watching the strutter, watch how he moves, because sometimes it's a slow movement right to left. They might not be in a hurry while they're strutting. A lot of times they aren't. And so like you said too, if you're watching real close, every once in a while he'll start going into like half strut where that tail fan goes back up. Then he bounces back into strut, all of a sudden that fan's full fanned again, straight up and down. So if you observe them and analyze that movement, that fan movement, and you can mimic that, Man, it's powerful.
Yeah, so there's certain times that tom will actually come and start running towards you because they're so mad about the intruder that they're coming to beat him up. So you can bring that bird right to you without having to crawl 200 yards across the field. Sometimes that can actually get you in trouble, though. Chad said he's had times where the bird came in so close and the hunter didn't shoot that they actually tried to attack the fan and he just about got spurred.
Right.
So now...
So you could be asking for a good fight if you're out there reaping, huh?
Yeah. So it's a really exciting way to, just another trick that you can have in the bag that can get the bird coming to you or you get to the bird just by simply staying in between this, moving it the right way to convince him, and then working closer to the bird or having him come to you. The flip side, though, is that there are a lot of safety concerns when it comes to doing this. If you're hunting on a piece of ground where there's other hunters, or you're on public ground and you don't have a clue who's going to be out there, this could get you in trouble.
Yeah. It could be a very dangerous situation for sure. So always keep that in mind. Safety first.
So that's reaping. It's another awesome trick to have in your arsenal, your bag of tricks, and it can get you to that bird or get that bird coming to you when nothing else is working. And we'll take a minute here and watch that video with Chad from State Line Bone Mine trying to get one of his clients on a tom by reaping.
Got that root all scratched up.
Yeah, they do. We had a bird that just would not close the distance. Chad called him down off a hill, through a valley, over a ditch, back up into our field, and then that bird would not move past 70 yards.
He's getting closer.
Sounds like he's coming up the hill.
Oh, he's coming closer. He's 150, 200.
Chad was calling him for 20, 30 minutes before he finally decided to just get out and belly crawl, last ditch effort. Chad swiped the fan off of the turkey decoy, and we went out there and
I don't know if that worked or not. I have no idea. No idea what just... We're out here with Chad from State Line Bone Mine. Northern Missouri. They just put the Missouri sneak on. I don't know if they got him. We're gonna find out here.
No good, or I'd have a turkey in my hand.
No.
Yeah, he popped his head up right between those two little branches on the bottom. And I tried to smoke him, but I think I shot just a little low, so. Finally, we just popped up, and he was behind quite a bit of brush, but I saw his head, and I gave it all I could, and wasn't enough. He laughed it off and ran away.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, I've watched people reaping with the big fans and stuff, but he took a regular turkey tail, 2 people, nothing but grass this tall, downhill at the bird the whole time, and just hypnotized that bird.
Yeah, he did.
Until you guys were getting within 40, 45 yards of him. You threw the kitchen sink at him, huh?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing left, dude. The sack's empty. Can't win if you don't play.
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
He come across the ditch and then didn't commit. You want to talk about irritated?
Yeah. Right into our field. That's cool. Check that out. The trail. Missouri Sneak Trail right there.